Twitch makes a lot of odd decisions. Okay, and one of those decisions this morning, which has technically already been solved by the time that I'm watching this video, but that didn't stop everyone from fucking farming interactions and engagement, including Twitch's jealous ex-lover Ludwig, was some decisions they made about sponsored content. Let's take a look at this right-wing content creator, Mogul Mail, and then we'll look at what Twitch's response was. Everyone stop telling me Twitch updated their response. I know. Everyone wants to be the I told you so Andy. I love you guys, and I think it's very cool that you want to inform me. I have the most up-to-date information. I know you guys are going to probably keep sending me the same fucking thread over and over again throughout the duration of this content to be like, it's over. We already know.
Bringing up Twitch's big problems is like bringing up my mustache. You're tired of hearing it at this point. But there is a huge announcement that Twitch made that people are quite upset about. How upset? Well, Tips, the leader of OTK, said if this change goes through, OTK will be leaving Twitch, which is crazy because they are one of the most viewed organizations on Twitch. Also added the CEO. Pretty bold move. And if you just search up Twitch right now and go through all of Twitter, people aren't happy. It's impressive how Twitch manages to make the most dogshit changes imaginable. I don't say it lightly, but I think this is a legitimate situation where streamers should consider boycotting Twitch. Twitch is changing sponsorship guidelines to be so restrictive that it makes it impossible for streamers to even advertise. Okay, well, let's first address what the fuck everybody's talking about. And it all started with a single article posted by Twitch about branded content guidelines. Maybe the most boring, dry article you could imagine, has somewhat made the entirety of Twitter implode talking about Twitch. But what is the actual content of it? It started with point 1, which is branded content disclosure tool. Basically, now when you do a branded stream, you have to disclose it, which is a law in the US of A at the very least, and is a good thing. You should know when you are watching branded content as a viewer, and if you check this little box, then it'll be embedded into the stream. Great, easy. Point 1, not a problem. But like most shit sandwiches, it's not the top layer of bread you have to worry about, it's what's in the middle, which is point 2. Prohibited brand sponsorship formats. We recognize that streamers want to collab with brands, but as outlined in the TOS, we maintain the exclusive right to sell, serve, and display ads on Twitch services. This means
insane, okay? Like, there's plenty of legalese in these terms of service agreements that you sign on to, but like following through on some of that is actually fucking wild, which is what Twitch basically said they were going to do.
Means that you may not insert, embed, or burn in pre-recorded ad units into your live streams. What does that mean? Well, they gave a nice little infographic. Somebody worked really hard at Twitch to make these graphics. They look really good, but they made a lot of people upset. So let's go through it. Here are the formats permitted for ads that streamers might want to run on their Twitch channel. You can do panels, which is like the thing below, basically the description, something nobody actually reads. You can showcase products, fair enough. You can include links, or maybe have like a pinned link or a Moo bot that posts the link occasionally in the chat. You can discuss products and be like, wow, check out my very cool Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. It has drift still. I don't know how that's legal. And you can play sponsored games. Okay, great. That's all fine. But what are the non-permitted ones? The ones with limitations, the ones that started the shitstorm that has caused Twitter to lose their mind. Well, the first one, logos on stream. On-stream brand overlays are limited to 3% of screen size. This is crazy. I've never even heard of this before, especially the limitation of 3%. Partially because that is weirdly specific. I don't even know what 3% of a screen is. Luckily, some other people found out what it is. Turns out this is 3%. This is it in square form, this is it in banner form, and this is it if you were to put it on the side. It is fucking tiny. It is literally smaller than my webcam. It is not a large part of the screen. So that would impact a lot of banner ads that people regularly do on their Twitch streams. And then the second one is the one that people are very stressed out about, which is that streamers are not allowed to insert video ads directly into their streams. So this is basically like you are sponsored by Campbell's Soup, and then you play a Campbell's Soup ad while you are streaming for 60 seconds, and then it's back to you jerking off, watching the button, whatever the hell's going on. And they said, no, that you cannot do that. And then there's a couple additional ones saying, hey, you can't do banner ads, which I guess would also fall under the 3% anyway. And then you can't have any burned in audio ads, which I've never heard about. I guess that's like if you're doing a podcast maybe and you have like a podcast ad read, apparently that's also not allowed to happen. So all of these things just outright banned, and this is the main thing people are upset about, which I think is pretty fucking dumb by Twitch, because this is the main way that people who run huge events are able to make money, including me. That's how I make most of my money. Now, I'm on YouTube, so it's not as big of a problem for me, but for my Mogul Chess Boxing, here's a baked-in mid-roll ad from Cash App. That is all it is. It's a total baked-in ad that would not be allowed under the current Twitch guidelines, similar to the KFC ad that we recorded that aired during the Streamer Awards, another ad that just wouldn't be able to be aired, which is part of the...
All of this is insane, for the record. I think it's a fucking absolutely psychotic thing to do, and it just like dramatically... It basically dramatically takes over control over content creators who are 1099 employees, like they're fucking contractors. And it's yet another way for Twitch to basically try to, like, you know, stop revenue streams that are independent of the platform itself. It also has like additional, it basically also has like additional complications with content creation in general. None of which actually harms me or impacts me in a significant way, for the record. I just want to point that out. Like, I think this is, my criticism of this is purely from a worker rights standpoint. I think it's like absolutely fucking psychotic to engage in such a thing and take away the autonomy of content creators themselves to this degree so that you can, like, be the one who's single-handedly responsible for serving whatever fucking ads you want to serve on the platform, instead of figuring out better marketing solutions, instead of figuring out better advertisement solutions and figure out, you know, better advertisement placements. It's silly. It's short-term focused. It's completely ridiculous. And it harms a lot of the smaller content creators. I don't really give a shit. I don't really do a lot of sponsored stuff. It doesn't harm me in any meaningful way. But it would destroy smaller content creators who make a lot of money this way. You know, they got like G Fuel sponsorships, things of that nature. And it also creates a complication for large content creators that want to do events that are sponsored by other brands. Kaya, come on, get in there. Go to your crate. There you go. It's time. Time to give you a chewy stick. You deserve it. You deserve the chewy stick. Yeah. Cutie Cinderella's events obviously would be blocked in this situation. Like, that's kind of fucking dumb. My baby. Anyway, let's continue.
Reason they pay the big bucks, those big sponsors, to be able to make events like that happen in the first place. And somebody on Twitter, Brian, said, the more I think about it, the more insane this is. Literally no event can run on Twitch under these guidelines. Tournaments, league, charity, all of them violate these in so many ways. And so I looked into it, and he's right. I mean, literally, this is a Twitch Prime Gaming, or I guess an Amazon Prime Gaming banner giveaway. This is an ad right here, and it is well over 3% and breaks the rule of inserted, burned-in display ads. That's not allowed under the current guidelines. Now, I fully believe that Twitch is probably trying.
Here's Ammunition also pointing that out. Hey, Twitch, for clarification, the 3% screen size per logo or total logo space accounting for multiple logos, does it include dead space created by logo positioning? I.e., in a recent rival stream, there are 8 burned-in logos which take up over 9% of the screen. You know what I mean? They don't even follow on their own guidelines. Obviously, the main reason why they would do this is so that they control what kind of advertising happens. They want to stop you from having your own personal brands so that they create or possibly implement like an advertisement sales team that's selling you those advertising, they want to control all forms of revenue that you can generate on the platform. Okay. Why? Because they want to get a cut of that revenue. Okay. They can sell it to you like, oh, we'll make it really seamless. We'll make it really easy. The bounty system is one example of this, except the bounty system is completely voluntary. Okay. This would create, instead of doing like voluntary ad sales teams that work with streamers where you actually do take a percentage of that off the tippy top, which no one would probably have issues with, you are creating a process where you make it involuntary. You are forcing streamers to work with you. Okay? Which is ridiculous.
To target some specific groups of people, and they're not going to blanket punish everyone across the board. But they could be punishing individual creators. Now, part of the reason I believe this, and I guess we'll break this into two groups here. People who are going to give Twitch the most charitable interpretation and people who are going to give Twitch the least charitable interpretation. Now, if we're going with the latter, if we're going with the least charitable interpretation, this means Twitch is going to outright cannibalize every single ad that anybody was trying to do.
Oh, this is actually a really good Yanis Varoufakis mention. You're correct. What Twitch wanted to do here is what Yanis Varoufakis talks about when he says we've moved beyond capitalism into techno-feudalism, where digital companies are wielding the ownership of digital land to control everything, their fiefdoms, and extract as much profit from it as possible. Yes, it's like it's built upon digital enclosures, spaces that like these content creators dominate. I mean, these companies dominate. That's what they're doing.
Any individual creator, any esports organizer, and make them do it through Twitch exclusively. And maybe there's some supporting evidence, like when they tweeted out a month ago, we're testing new experiences to connect streamers and brands by making sponsored streams work better for our community. So they already have things in place to improve their ad sales to their creators, and now they're removing the other options for creators, so you have no option but to do all your ads through Twitch. That's the least charitable. What's the most charitable? They're getting up to date with a lot of the rules that other websites have in place, including YouTube. Embedded third-party sponsorships in ads in YouTube content. YouTube creators cannot include promotion, sponsorships, or other advertisements for third-party sponsors or advertisers in their videos where YouTube offers a comparable ad format, including, but not limited to, pre, mid, and post-roll ads, aka you shouldn't be allowed, according to YouTube, to have a 60-second ad that you burn into your video that talks about, I don't know, Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons and how they have bad drift. Apparently that wouldn't fly. But if you've watched YouTube for more than a week, you know that does fly all the time. So I think it's some sort of policy that YouTube puts in place to punish groups of people that might be cannibalizing too much of their ad sales because they're...
Or it's something, just like the Twitch terms of service already had this in it, it's something that they're gearing up for the future so they can have like some kind of legal standing down the line when they choose to extract more value out of the content creators that are generating value for them. Okay? That's it. It's a very unique situation because, oh, by the way, this is a perfect example of how, it doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, doesn't matter if you're on Twitch, if you're a content creator, you have similar interests. And the platforms have the exact same interest that is, of course, diametrically the opposite of your interest. If only there was like some kind of political theory that captured the essence of this kind of value extraction and value generation. I can't think of one right now, but I'll get back to you guys if I can come up with a name for it. I don't know, maybe like a social understanding, like a communal one. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, let's continue.
They're doing it at scale rather than punish creators. And this is a more charitable interpretation because this basically means Twitch's new guideline falls almost exactly in line with YouTube's guideline. The only caveat I'll say is logos. This one seems crazy still to me. And Twitch can also prove me wrong. This is a time will tell scenario. If in a month from now, Twitch is taking down every single creator who does have a burned-in ad, a 60-second mid-roll ad, or who does have a banner, then this is not at all what YouTube is doing. But in writing, it is the exact same. In practice, it could be a whole lot different. This thing, still crazy to me. I don't know where this 3% came from. It seems oddly specific. It seems way too punishing. But I am hoping that this is Twitch's way of trying to target a group of people who is taking up too much of their ad sales because maybe they're doing it at scale, and less so a way to specifically target individual creators who are doing ad sales, who are trying to make money, to make ends meet. Because at the end of the day, that is most Twitch streamers. Most Twitch streamers aren't the top 0.0001% that you think of when you think of Twitch streamers. It is people who are just making enough to live or have a good side hustle going. And this brings me to the bigger point here, which is that Twitch has a PR problem. At its core, that is Twitch's biggest issue. Nobody is going to give Twitch a charitable...
Even I disagree with that. I mean, Twitch definitely has a PR problem, but ultimately it doesn't matter. What matters is Twitch's Amazon problem, okay? Twitch has a profitability problem, and which is enforced by Amazon. It doesn't have to be a real problem, but Amazon is turning it into a very real one, and that's why they're making these like insane decisions over and over again that end up causing PR issues. Okay? Twitch also personally believes that they are the dominant force in the space, a space that is getting smaller and smaller, by the way, due to like, you know, post-COVID normalization of people's existences. But Amazon is certainly, or Twitch is certainly making these decisions because they feel comfortable that YouTube doesn't give a shit about touching the live streaming space any longer, any more than they have. And it certainly does not care. It certainly does not care about, what do you call it? It certainly doesn't care about fucking Kick or any other platforms, clearly. But that much is obvious.
Interpretation for anything they're doing, because they have done nothing but make bad decisions over the past 2+ years. Not only make bad decisions, but the way they announce these decisions is always articles that they post at 4 a.m. that are cold, cut and dry, that don't actually answer the questions people want to know. They even have an FAQ at the bottom of this huge article they posted, and all of the FAQ is about the branded content announcement, aka point 1 of the 2 points, the branded content disclosure tool. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Yet every single question is about branded content and disclosure, with the exception of one all the way down here, which is, what do you mean by burned in ads? And it just clarifies that you're not allowed to have any mid-roll ads. I feel like it would be a lot better if Twitch were to be more personable. And they just got a CEO who is doing interviews with VTubers who seems a little more hip. So why not have like a sit-down conversation and say, hey, these are our new guidelines. This is why we're doing it. We're trying to keep up to date with other competing websites like YouTube or whatever it is. It would feel a whole lot better if the message came from a human who seems like they care, rather than an article that is trying to be shoved into the anal cavities of 4 a.m., only to be posted by some Twitter journalists like Zach, and then talked about by every streamer known to man who hates the small little read they did about it. I don't know. It just seems brain dead that they haven't figured that out by now, and they haven't changed it. But that's where we currently sit with Twitch and with their new announcement. Time will tell. I am hopeful, always optimistic, that Twitch is not going to go out and attack every single individual who has a sponsorship that breaks these rules, and that it's for some other reason, but it's Twitch. So they might just do that. And I think they are further and further pushing people to competitors like YouTube or even Kick or even Rumble, where it seems like a lot of creators are signing by the day. We'll see. Time will tell. But that's another huge Twitch drama. That's why everyone's mad. And hopefully
why is Ludwig trying to do PR for Twitch? Like, is YouTube contracts up? Is his YouTube contract up? I mean, usually they're 2-year contracts. Who knows? So here's what Twitch said after this immediate posting and then the immediate fucking explosive reaction to this idiotic take that they put out there. Today's branded content policy update was overly broad. This created confusion and frustration, and we apologize for that. We do not intend to limit streamers' ability to enter into direct relationships with sponsors, and we understand that this is an important part of how streamers can earn revenue. We wanted to clarify our existing ads policy that was intended to prohibit third-party ad networks from selling burned-in video and display ads on Twitch, which is consistent with other services. We missed the mark with the policy language, and we will rewrite guidelines to be clearer. Thank you for sharing your concerns, and we appreciate the feedback. We'll notify the community once we've updated language. Okay, who are the third-party? Who is doing third-party ad sponsorships? Everyone is doing third-party ad sponsorships. Like, for example, technically, when I do get in the rare case that I do get a fucking sponsorship, I'm getting it through Night Media. It's not like I have a fucking direct relationship with Ubisoft or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no streamer actually has a direct and personal relationship with NVIDIA.
It's pretty simple. They just give, you know, PCs and like fucking like video game systems to kids in hospitals, right? And we've raised over $1 million for them just on my stream, not to mention other people on the platform. And based off of Twitch's rules, that type of a sponsorship and that type of a deal would no longer be allowed on the platform, even if it's charity.
Unless you're sponsored by the charity itself, I don't think that would be the case. But a lot of people are. But no, like none of the actual fucking sponsorship things that they're mentioning directly impact someone like myself, for example. What is this? Twitch CEO.
You know, oftentimes for a creator, as they get bigger, a lot of the money they make is through sponsorships and other sources of revenue.
Right.
And really, the question is not just about how much from Twitch. It's how do they keep building their careers, and how can they bring in money from elsewhere, and Twitch be a platform that helps them build that from elsewhere. So I think that is absolutely the right strategy. Because we focus on their diversity of interests and talents.
Yeah, this does not counter this at all. I don't think people are understanding that. No. What he's saying here, if you move beyond the corpo talk, is basically, no, we want you to diversify your income. Like, we want you to find new revenue streams, and we want to facilitate that. And you could do that, and that's perfectly fine. Do it. That's great. The bounty system is, like, quite similar to what that is, right? This, however, takes it one step further. It's basically saying, we're not just, like, giving you a voluntary bounty structure where you can, like, get ads that our ad sales team has sold for you that you can take on. We're instead going to stop you from running and serving ads on your own platform, and Twitch will be the singular arbiter of ads in the space. That's the difference. And that's what's fucked up. Not serving the top of the hour ad break, of course. That part is a contractual obligation for me. Okay. I said serve and contractual obligation way too many times. You guys were all ready for it. I know, not my strongest counter, not my strongest debate. Shut the fuck up. 3-minute ad break comes for you regardless of whether or not you're throwing tomatoes at me. Throw all of your tomatoes at me. This does not change my perspective. So, hey, Bozo, thank you for the 5 get the subs. You will all see ads unless you subscribe or get gifted a sub. Here's the ad break now. Throw them harder.
As opposed to locking them into a fixed, numbers of hours they have to stream, They have this one number they have to hit. It's like, no, you have a lot of different interests. It should change and evolve over time. As you know, oftentimes for a creator, as they get bigger, a lot of the money they make is through sponsorships and other sources of revenue.
Right.
And really, the
So even their counter, this is silly. Third-party ad networks could mean anything. Unless they specify what they mean by that, this doesn't really change anything at all. Because your language wasn't vague at all. It was actually pretty deliberate. Not only was the language not vague at all in the guidelines that you released, it even had accompanying cute little graphics. Does anyone have the link to that, by the way? We'll click on it and I'll show it to you. Because third-party ad networks, no, not Zach Busey's post. I want like the actual Twitch link. Okay, what allowed is channel page, panel ads, products in the background of your stream, links in chat, discussing and unboxing products, and playing sponsored games. Oh, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Branded content guidelines. Examples of branded content on Twitch include product placements, endorsements, sponsored gameplay, paid product unboxings, channel sponsorships, branded channel panels, brand logo stream overlays, pretty much everything that you've seen on this broadcast. The one time that I've ever done like a fucking, Far Cry sponsorship or some shit. Branded content on Twitch is not wearing your favorite t-shirt that happens to be a brand or a product, showing off a new piece of equipment you bought for yourself, talking about your favorite restaurants within your community. Make it easy and straightforward to let viewers know a stream includes branded content. We've added the branded content disclosure tool to the creator dashboard. Like Ludwig pointed out, that part makes sense. That's literally already a violation of the law if you don't do that. That's why we put a hashtag ad on the title. Is Diablo sponsored? No, it's not. It would be great if it was, but it's not sponsored. I'm just playing it because I like playing it. Okay? Like, for example, when I did the fetus unboxing, that was actually sponsored by the PAAU, the abortion, the anti-abortion political group. When we unboxed fetuses on the HasanAbi broadcast, that's a callback from yesterday's Jubilee reaction. Some of you clearly weren't here for that. That's a real thing that they did, by the way. That's one anti-abortion group that is supposedly progressive, which sent 3 of their psychopathic members to the latest Jubilee Teenagers Discuss Abortion video. Those guys famously once did a fetus unboxing where they intercepted a medical waste truck and took over the boxes full of fetuses, which is medical waste, and then they unboxed them on camera. And I was sponsored by them, so there is that. Okay, let's continue. Moving on. So you have a new disclosure tool. Great. By selecting branded content in Stream Manager, you will enable automated disclosure message on your stream and stream archives shown below. Here it says includes paid promotion on the corner there. That's great. Permitted and prohibited brand sponsorship formats. We recognize the streamers want to collaborate with brands, but as outlined in the terms of service, we maintain the exclusive right to sell, serve, and display advertisement on the Twitch services. This means that you may not insert, embed, or burn in pre-recorded advertising units on your live stream, which is literally everything that people do. Okay? So this is always on the terms of service, much like many other things are on the terms of service. But most of the time, you just assume it's like it's kind of like DMCAs, right? Technically, every video game company could DMCA you for playing their video game and live streaming it, but no one will really do it. It's like, just because something is in the legal contract does not mean that people will, push forward with it. Like, they will not pursue litigation, because that would be fucking ridiculous, and it would be counterproductive, really. So the formats permitted are you can put the brand panels on the channel page, which we do, showcasing products in the stream background. Oh, nice. Including links to other sites that promote things, discussing, endorsing, unboxing products and services, and playing sponsored games. Formats permitted within limitation are logos on stream. Logos on stream of brand overlays are limited to 3% of the screen size, which is like really fucking stupid in general. Like, no one is literally taking up the entire fucking stream anyway, but like limiting that to 3% is kind of stupid, especially because like I, as a streamer, I've done like very limited but some sponsored streams. I just fucking copy and paste it and then like size it according to my desires and have no fucking way of understanding whether or not that's 3% or not. Like, that'd be really funny if they were like, wow, this is actually this is no longer 2.9%. This is actually 3.3% of the screen. So we're going to fucking, take it away. You can't do that. Formats limited or not allowed are inserted burden video ads. Streamers may not insert video ads directly into their streams, which is so fucking dumb because some advertisers will have obligations like, hey, we want you to watch a 30-second slot, right? That is literally something that you can have in your advertisement contract. Something in a sponsored stream could literally lead to like watching a trailer for the project itself. That's not allowed anymore, and that's kind of crazy. Formats limited or not allowed. Inserted burn-in display ads. Streamers may not insert banner or display ads directly into their streams. Again, kind of fucking bullshit. Insert burned-in audio ads. No audio ads directly into their streams. Again, bullshit. That can happen as well. But the real reason, why Twitch did this, and I'm telling you guys this right now, in my opinion, this is my speculation, but I think it's an educated guess. The real reason why they wanted to do this is because they want to be the ones who are controlling all the ads that are being sold on their platform, including the native advertising initiatives that they want to sell. Okay? That's it. That's literally why they're doing this. I think they want to control all of the ads, including ones that streamers normally would get through like a third-party ad network, like Streamlabs or whatever, especially smaller streamers, or even streamers that I don't know what would be considered a third-party ad network. Like technically, OTK could be considered a third-party ad network in this regard. So I don't know why, that is, that's a ridiculous counter from Twitch. I think that they want to basically take the bounty system that they had already and expand it and basically make it the only kind of native advertising you can have on the platform itself. Benefit of that is streamers won't have to sell their own ads, so less off-stream business time. The downside is Twitch takes a cut and also availability might drop 100%. However, if it was a purely voluntary program that you could, buy into, you could subscribe, and that would actually even contractually stop you from taking competitive ads from other companies that compete with like maybe the advertisement that Twitch is working with, like advertisement companies. Like let's say Twitch has Chipotle as a brand that they've signed on across the entire platform. Now you can't actually fucking work with like Subway or McDonald's or other brands. Like you sign on to that contract, you want Twitch to sell ads on your like sponsored slots on your stream. All of a sudden you can't work with competitive competitors in the same industry. That would still be very restrictive, but would be voluntary and a little bit more understandable. You cannot say it's voluntary because you are volunteering to stream on the fucking platform. So we've decided one very significant revenue stream is now, oh my gosh, just fucking, she cooked it. She literally just dumped. She offloaded all the treats by flipping it. God damn it, she's too fucking smart. I don't think you have the same definition of a third-party ad company as Twitch does, Hasi. I don't know what would be considered a third-party ad company. That seems like the main point of contention here, but none of this is talking about third-party ad companies anyway. I think that was just one way for them to like mitigate this PR disaster that unfolded very quickly. Okay? There is no mention of third-party ad companies in this actual original release. That only came after people yelled at Twitch. But I suspect it's like Streamlabs and shit like that. Number 3, prohibited branded content categories. This is new. Well, not new. This always existed, but they're like reinforcing it. Hateful products or services, such as products that promote hateful stereotypes or include offensive slurs. Illegal products, well, that actually technically eliminates the cracker sponsorship that I got from Wheat Thins, which wasn't really a sponsorship at all. It was just like a gimmick where they sent me a box of crackers. Wheat Thins did, Nabisco. And then they said, I have a cracker pass. That would technically fall under hateful products or services. So that's kind of funny. Illegal products and services such as selling, advertising, or trafficking drugs, firearms, counterfeit goods, or other illegal goods and services. Fuck. I really wanted to have a gun running stream. This eliminates that. This cuts that content. Certain gambling products such as promoting online slots or roulette websites. That already, again, is something that they, enacted on. I am, once again, I'm not in any way, shape, or form talking about like prohibited brand categories as a bad thing. This part is actually sensible, makes sense, not a bad thing at all. Okay. Spam, scams, and other malicious conduct, view botting, fake account creation, or selling Twitch accounts, weapons such as firearms, explosives, or related products. Adult-oriented products and services such as pornography, sexual content, or male enhancement products. Tobacco and tobacco-related products such as cigarettes. The pro-cigarette broadcast. This is pro-drunk driving and pro-cigarette broadcast. Oh, wait, this is just for branded content, so it doesn't really matter. Never mind. Hold on. I'm trying to find the video real quick to show you where I stand on the issue of smoking big doinks in Amish. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Cigarettes are cool and sick. Thank you, Hasan. We'll start smoking now. You start a cigarette review channel? Yeah. It's okay to smoke cigarettes until the age of 30 to 35. Cigarettes also lower your life expectancy, but make you look cool when you smoke them. As a drunk driving advocate, as a smoking advocate, if cigarette overlord, thank you for the 5, get the subs. This is to say about cigarettes, even though, yeah, don't smoke, but also at the same time, it does make you look cool, okay? Smoking is bad for you. Oh my God, that cat is so cool now. What the fuck? That's an incredibly cool cat all of a sudden. Look at that. Look at how cool he is. Small bro, I am available. You can hire me for your services. Okay? Just saying. Doing all this shit for free out here, bitch. Anyway. Keep going through the guidelines here. I guess, like I said, Asmongold is not wrong if he's talking about like a sponsored charity stream, because sometimes big charities will sponsor their streamers, and you will see that when they put like a hashtag ad on it or whatever. But outside of that, most streams are fine. Most charity streams are fine. Certain financial products and services, such as initial coin offerings, multi-level marketing and get-rich-quick schemes and payday loans. Nice. That, like I said, I don't have an issue with any of this as far as prohibited branded content categories. I think that's like pretty good overall. It's not a problem. Including political content, including paid promotion of politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate. Now, this is the reason why a lot of people were like worried this morning, saying like, Hasan, you can't do paid promotion of politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate. Not realizing that like I have never gotten sponsorships from political organizations, and considering my personal perspective on politics and what I advocate for, I do not foresee myself getting a fat paycheck from any group that actually does have money anytime in the near future. If anything, for those of you who are wondering, like, what's going on there with respect to, like, all the stuff that I do politically, I'm the one who sponsors them, not the other way around. You are the ones who also, additionally, on top of myself, sponsor most of the charities and most of the political organizations I work with. I don't think the DNC will be knocking down my door anytime soon to, like, offer me a fat sponsorship or a paycheck. But George Soros, I'm still willing and able if you want to sponsor me. Now, of course, one other additional funny moment here is that Twitch itself probably still will utilize political sponsorships and political content. What do I mean by this? Well, the military is a massive sponsor on the broadcast, on the HasanAbi broadcast especially, but on Twitch across the entire platform. And the military, last time I fucking checked, is fairly political. I mean, it's definitely in the realm of politics. It's certainly political, but of course, I don't suspect Twitch will, stop getting military sponsorships anytime soon. So I don't know why they would, I don't know why they would incorporate that there. But I guess, like, this means, for example, paid promotion of politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate. If, like, let's say an abortion charity wanted to give me money to, like, do a sponsorship for them, I wouldn't be able to do so. The only reason why I choose abortion is because it's, like, a relatively well-funded movement in comparison to other movements that I'm in support of. And on that front, I guess I wouldn't be able to do that, but I've never done that. And I'm usually the one who is sponsoring them, not vice versa. So anyway, 200 LGBTQ groups demand Target restock Pride merch. No such thing as neutrality. We warned you. They don't want tolerance or to live and let live. The woke religion demands total adherence to forced compulsion. I love that. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, that's it. That's the point. That's the article. Was the article helpful? Absolutely not. Here is a message from OTK to Twitch. Every so often, we find ourselves catching an unsolicited glimpse of our own reflection. This blunt collision with reality serves as a brutal but necessary reminder that our existence, while beautiful at times, is temporal, and that the decisions we made yesteryear will inevitably catch up to us despite our best efforts to the contrary. Today's decisions have caught up quickly. The backlash you're receiving today, while seemingly specific, is the result of what now feels like years of anti-creator policy. It's the chickens coming home to roost, or in this case, the frogs. Oh God, that part is lame. Come on, why did you say that? The once unique and admirable vision of a creator-first platform now feels like a fading and distant dream. Reductions to creator subscription revenue, inconsistent moderation policies, and attacks on creators' abilities to pursue their own independent revenue streams have transformed Twitch into one of the least creator-friendly platforms of social media and have undermined the very ecosystem that helped Twitch become what it is. And unlike in the past, these changes come at a time when the live streaming landscape has never been more competitive. Make no mistake, the days of Twitch holding sway over live streaming are coming to an end. Insurgent platforms are on the rise, short-form content has seized the Gen Z market share, and for the first time, the very creators that elevated your platform are building your largest and most threatening competitors. Are they talking about train wrecks? I mean, okay. Twitch is like, yeah, we know. They literally pay us money so they can do a Twitch reskin in the form of kick.com, which is true. But anyway, like Twitch literally makes money off of Kick. Okay. Or Amazon does. Where was I? It's working in a way though, dude. I have always been supportive of Kick. Well, not supportive of their lack of moderation or who their like main primary fucking content creators are, or what we end up seeing from that platform on a regular basis, which is like unhinged, unfiltered, and sometimes uninterrupted, like right-wing content that ranges on Nazis everywhere, both in the comment sections, in the chats, and also on the streams themselves, to dudes getting their dick sucked on camera, to dudes continuously getting their dick sucked even more on camera, to dudes like, you know, doing hot tub streams where they just like straight up, you know, fondle breast disease. Ultimately, it's great. I love competition, and I hope that Kick will become a viable competition to Twitch, because that's always good for the space. It would be very stupid of me to be like, oh, fuck Kick, I hate them. But I also do want them to be like a normal platform, and not necessarily a platform that is, you know, creating the most insane unhinged content you've ever seen. Oh, sexually assaulting women too. There was another one. Why are you hating? You wish you could make that content. Yes, I wish I could get my dick sucked on camera, which I could very clearly do at any given moment in my career if I wanted to. I could go to OnlyFans and get my dick sucked on camera and probably make upwards of multiple millions of dollars with one singular fucking well-timed release. So suck my fucking cock, chatter. It's a personal decision for me not to do that. So I don't know why you're saying that. Okay. Make no mistake, just last week, OTK concluded our new show, Elevated, in partnership with Allied and Progressive. On June 10th, OTK will host our second annual Games Expo. These shows, as well as other community favorites, cannot exist under the suffocating canopy of the new branded guidelines. Small streamers who rely on their once-a-month HelloFresh sponsorship cannot pay their bills under these new guidelines. And the aspiring creator who has yet to press the go live button cannot do so in confidence under these new guidelines. Simply put, the new branded guidelines and the philosophy behind them need to change. I agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%. But rolling back your policy is not the intention of this letter. Like the car window you pass by on your way to work when you see the driving Kroner and you speed up to, you know, ruin the meta, the meme. Sorry. The driving crooner. That was such a, I'm so lame. Yeah, I think you should leave. It was good. Anyway, we simply ask that you pause and reflect. Reflect on your origins as a platform. Reflect on your current position and how you got here. And most of all, reflect upon the role that creators, bigger or small, have contributed to your success. Hopefully, a new direction emerges from this reflection. The dream is 5 cars statewide. They're making it look fake. Anyway. Dog is fucking psycho. OTK is threatening to leave Twitch. I think they literally should do that. I think that's a smart thing to do. Not to leave Twitch in general, but to threaten to leave Twitch. Creators, after this announcement, we push for a meeting between ambassadors, Twitch staff, and Twitch executives where I'm not allowed to share everything discussed due to NDA. Here's what I can. Things are being reviewed and concerns are understood. 3% is not acceptable for logos. To be reviewed further confirmation. You can operate sponsorship without prior direct arrangements. Goals to avoid third-party random ad inserts that conflict with existing ad products. Also, we have raised the need for ambassadors and community members to be in the room sooner during the decision-making, and that teams are actively working to ensure that this happens as much as possible. I've also pushed that Twitch comes forward beyond just their tweet and give a better understanding of the changes they meant to make instead of how broad everything was seen today. Yeah, I mean, this cooks all of the fucking organizations that are on Twitch. And I don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they say third-party ad networks. Like, is this just targeted towards Streamlabs? Okay.
I think that if this deal goes through, obviously they have until July 1st to start enforcing it. I will actively start looking for a non-exclusive deal on another platform. And I will pursue streaming on another platform. I'm not going to just completely quit Twitch. I don't think that's the right thing to do for the viewers, at least not right off the rip. But I will start actively looking for another platform to stream on, because it doesn't matter. The reason why I can make more money on another platform, my like awareness, the people that know about me, like my discoverability, maybe I might get a lower viewer count over there, but I got over 50 million views on YouTube last month. What the fuck do you think I care about if I'm getting 8 or 10,000 viewers? Like, let's just be real.
I know Twitch replied and posted an update. The update was kind of silly though. The update was basically, no, we're keeping all these policies, but just for third-party advertisement sales. And it's like, what is a fucking first-party advertisement sale? Me having a direct relationship with like the brand? That's dumb. How many views did you get on YouTube last month for comparison? I don't fucking know. But I do know that me plus the HasanAbi Clips Industrial Complex clears 50 million. I think we get like upwards of 60 mil a month. Might be like on the lower end right now, you know, fell off and the like.